We're in the kitchen. Welcome back, by the way.
Still eating, by the way.
Apologies for the... What do you want?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this about,
Yeah?
like what we were talking about in the last video.
Yeah.
You asked me what I thought about the Blizzard, the Bethesda buyout.
Yeah.
My opinion on the Bethesda buyout was, honestly, on one hand, it feels like nothing's really happened, implying that it's kind of a big mistake.
8 point...
But on the other hand, Bethesda is such a fucking mess, they need the structure.
Yeah. I mean, but that costs like, I think around $8 billion.
Look at 76.
Yeah.
Look at fucking 76. They
Yeah.
need someone more, like, capable in charge.
Yeah. I think that deal cost around $8 billion total. And
Like, the one thing they've done since the buyout is Starfield, which, while not great, was a market improvement.
Yeah. Now they're coming out with the Indiana Jones game and Elder Scrolls 6 eventually, and after that they said they'll do Fallout 5. And Microsoft...
Honestly, all Microsoft did was basically tell them, stick to your lane, go back to actually making single-player games.
Yeah.
Which was a good thing.
Yeah. And it's also been revealed the Activision buyout, the total cost was $75.4 billion. Yeah, I have that amount of money walking in my pocket. What would you buy with $75 billion? The announced price was $69 billion. Nice.
All I know is, if I kept spending money every day for my entire fucking life, I still wouldn't run out.
I mean, and now who's Microsoft going to acquire next? It's a question that won't be answered for like 5 years. I don't see them buying EA. I don't see them buying Take-Two. Activision was already like one of the biggest publishers in the world, and now they swallowed them up. So, yeah.
I see them cooling down for like 5 years to let the fucking resentment like go away.
Yeah, see how this buyout plays out. In the ring. Because I guess they want to make it back in like 10 years, because that's when all their Call of Duty contracts end, in 2033. And apparently they're going to stick with the yearly pods until...
They might, like, buy some really small studios that they can't, be called out on.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt they're making any major moves again for a while.
Yeah, or maybe buy something and bring it under, like, Bethesda or Activision, not just directly Xbox.
Yeah.
Because they've maintained that Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and Activision Blizzard are separate businesses, all under one Microsoft gaming roof.
Yeah.
Like... It's funny.
So you're saying about yearly?
What?
You're saying about yearly Call of Duty?
Yeah, they're gonna... they have plans to stick with the yearly franchise until at least 2027.
Why?
Because they've already started working on the next couple. This year's, next year's, 2026, and 2027.
Well...
And who knows what they might do after that, but if they really want to make that $75 billion back, they'd probably stick to the yearly. Or, be smart. Do it bi-yearly, every other year.
Either way, most recent game kind of ruined Call of Duty's respect among the populace.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 was, like, rushed.
It definitely doesn't deserve the name Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a DLC, and then they shifted it to a new game. So now 2024 is going to be another Black Ops called Gulf War, set in like the Gulf War of Mexico. 2025 is going to be another Black Ops, being direct sequel to Black Ops 2, because that's when the game takes place. 2026 is going to be Modern Warfare 4. And who knows what 2027 is going to be. But anyway, as I was saying before you fucking dozed off,
I'm still eating.
I know. The weirdest thing happened to me last month.
Yeah?
Okay. Oh, there it is. So, like, I was waking up, I was checking my email, and I have a Facebook account that I check infrequently. But I, like, get notified on my email, mainly about, what do people like, post, comment, messaging. And, I checked it. One day I woke up and I saw, I got a message from my ex-girlfriend.
Damn.
Yeah, really. So I was like, oh, what the hell? Like, I thought I was hallucinating for a second.
Was it a confrontation about a story you told about her or something?
Oh, no. So, because Messages was glitched on, like, mobile browser, I hopped on my laptop and booted it up.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, I know this is, like, random, it's been, like, years and all, but I miss you. Can we start over as friends?
That's worrisome.
So I said,
Sure, why not?
sure. Although I still have a gun pointed to her head, just in case.
Yeah.
She's gonna watch this and be like, why? Because I told her about this channel, but she doesn't know the name of it, so. And then so, she gave me her new phone number, we talked for a bit.
Yep.
It was cool, she told me she likes the Jackass movies.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. And then we were like, you know what, I prefer talking over texting, let's go meet up somewhere. And we did. We met up. We talked. Also, I want to establish this. I have no interest in, like, dating her again. Yeah, we met up at Hillsdale. And... And I was like... we were talking about, like, high school and, SAT class.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Rosalina's library open. We can learn Rosalina lore.
Yeah.
And yeah, she brought up you.
What about me?
You were in there.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I told, like, the story about how, like, you did not remember her, and she looked pretty offended by that.
Sorry. I don't remember people often.
and then I told her how you literally looked at a fucking yearbook to see if you can remember, and it didn't work, and she was highly offended. Yeah, it's Luigi.
I'm sorry again, but like, I don't think I ever interacted with you.
So she has offered to FaceTime us on camera, on video, to see if you remember her.
I mean, I'd be willing to try it, but like, I really do think I'm not gonna remember.
Well,
which might be even more offensive to her.
Let's see what happens. I'll call her up.
Let's not do this while I'm eating a sandwich.
Okay, I'll wait till after the sandwich.
Like, I'm literally eating. I don't know how she'd accept, like, me literally saying, who this, while I'm eating.
Yep, she's calling me. Steven's eating a sandwich.
Fuck it, if she's already calling, accept it.
He does not want you to see that. Sent. Sorry.
Like I mentioned, fuck it.
I'll probably send her a link to this video. Just so she knows what the build-up was. Fair.
Well, at least being reasonable.
Yeah. And like I told her, like, other people I still talk to don't remember her, and she just keeps getting offended. Just like, I remember them. What the fuck? She did tell me she did see Ted from Sequoia recently.
A lot of people were watching Ted recently, remember?
No,
TV show came out.
Not. Well, I meant like Ted, the kid from class that stayed like an extra 2 years. Pedophile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he works at Safeway.
Funnily enough, I do remember him. Honestly, the only reason I said, oh yeah, is because I was eating. Because he basically said pedophile before I finished eating because I was going to say, oh yeah, pedophile.
Yeah, pedophile. AKA the man who was still in my class by the time I was a senior, even though he was 2 grades ahead of me.
Yeah. Imagine being a super senior.
Super duper senior. Super senior deluxe expansion pack with new funky mode. But yeah, we are in quotation marks friends again.
Yeah, look, as long as she doesn't try to pull anything
With
piss you off.
benefits. Wink wink.
I don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, I know, I have my own concerns. So I
like the concerning part is the fact that she hit you up out of nowhere. But as long as she isn't like actively trying to do something that like hurt you or anything like that,
yeah,
it doesn't really fucking matter now, does it?
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, if I see funny business going on, of course I'm just gonna cut ties. But you know, for now I have the benefit of the doubt. She seems pretty serious about this.
And I don't blame her. Like I mentioned, I lost a lot of contacts over like the end of high school and shit like that.
Speaking of contacts from high school, I became like LinkedIn I don't know what like the contact for LinkedIn is.
I have a LinkedIn account. I haven't touched it since high school.
Well, I had fucking what's her name, Zoe from Sequoia on there.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, I just randomly found her LinkedIn, sent a friend request, and she accepted. So she remembers me.
If she wonders why I haven't talked to her in ages, be upfront. It's mostly social anxiety and the fact that
Man, I love social anxiety.
the fact that since I hadn't talked to her in a long ass time, and for a while I even lost her contact information, I just felt it was best to not like bother her because she's moved on in her life.
Holy shit, Mario died.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Trying to contact an old high school friend is real awkward when you haven't talked to them in fucking 6 years.
I mean, it's been 6 years since I talked to that person, but
like I mentioned, I'm really awkward about that.
we actually, like, we broke up, we actually had the same fucking set class, and I was kind of pissed off at the teacher for that. So, she left the class, and I ended up dropping out anyway because I hated that class.
Uh-huh.
And I asked her, and I told her that, and she was like, so I left that class for nothing?
Checks out.
And then I have to stop being a ghost because Luigi is just terrified of ghosts. And then, I don't know. Hello. You finally came. I got lost with the toads. If you play as this level as Luigi, Luigi is still there.
So the implication that Luigi is actually just Mario in a Luigi costume?
And he has, like, the dialogue is different for, like, playing as Luigi.
What's the dialogue?
No, what, me? Why are you here?
And how did you get past all the ghosts?
You're not me! Persona 4 battle theme play. Oh wait, this game was pre-Persona 4. 07.
Yeah.
4 was 08.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I'll have a shadow of the true self. Yada yada yada.
I am the shadow of the true self.
Okay, so I'm done with my sandwich.
Okay.
Granted, I have another sandwich I'll be eating because I bought 4.
Sure.
But I can hold off on eating that until
Alright.
after this. Let's start this confrontation.
Okay. Give me a minute.
This is gonna be real fucking awkward. Trust me on that one. But it has to be done. For only just because. Well, honestly, maybe the voice might be able to make me remember her.
You won't.
I know I won't. I'm being optimistic, my friend.
Optimism in 2024 is a myth. Who the fuck are you?
Here's the truth. My optimism comes from the fact that I'd rather not be spending all my time being absolutely fucking miserable about the world. I already do that enough when I'm during a depression phase. I'd rather not do it again. Do it outside of that shit.
Yeah, I see. Someone else answered the phone, so we'll wait. Alright. I should mention they have a partner, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Like I'm mentioning, I honestly don't care.
Okay, sure. Alright, here you go.
Okay. What's up?
Hey, that's hella funny. He looks like that guy that I showed you.
What guy?
Like, look. Remember I showed you his boyfriend that looks like him? Oh, yeah, look.
I have no idea what's going on here.
Me neither.
No, seriously.
Me neither.
Your voice sounds familiar, so I probably did meet you.
Just without the hair. It's shorter.
Do you not remember the person that kept punching me in the hallways?
Man, my time in the hallways was spent speeding as fast as possible over to where I needed to go. I was moving like a New Yorker back then.
True.
Like, if you ever actually saw me in that hallway, you remember that I literally sped past everything as fast as possible and, like, curled and twisted like a snake half the time.
Each other's anger? You don't remember we would feed off of each other's anger? Like, you would get angry and then I would be angry, or vice versa?
I was a very angry person back then.
Same.
Like,
I can tell you one thing, I don't slam doors as much.
yeah, I'm starting to vaguely remember who you are, but yeah, I'm not gonna be able to remember names.
That's fine, that's fair.
My experience with life is I can't remember people's face or name for shit.
I told you so.
Fair enough.
Like,
Yes, I remember the face, but I won't remember the name.
there are people who I've known my entire life, who I've gone to school with every single year up until a certain point, and I do not remember their name at all. That's about it.
That's fair.
As it is, life is going fine. I'm still a college student. I work at a grocery store. That's about it. That's all I can tell you about myself.
Fair enough.
Like I mentioned, your voice and the actions you're describing are enough to vaguely give my head, hey, I should know this person. But that's about really all I can do. Sorry.
That's fine. I totally get it. I don't know if you remember Ted. But
Yeah,
Pedophile.
Ted. But then, I ended up working at the same Safeway as him for a minute. Until they fired me when I told them I was pregnant. So...
unlike some people, Ted was very memorable. Probably in the wrong way, really. Mostly because since he hanged out with Logan and I's friend group and the TRC, and he actually did introduce his freshman girlfriend at senior year.
oh yeah, I agree.
It kind of left a very marked impression in our heads. Partially being that that was real fucking creepy.
Dating freshman when I was a senior. Agree.
Like
And then once I graduated, I was not, even though I was still 17, so it would have been fine.
what the thing is, Grace very, very much seemingly just didn't care,
A little bit.
which is basically the only reason we didn't give him shit for it.
Well, she cared so much about me. She tried to help me out so much because I was supposed to do cheer with her. But then they decided to deny me, and she tried to argue it. She tried to get them to let me do it anyways.
No, it's talking about the whole problematic element of their relationship.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was a very problematic relationship. I remember that, but it was more from Grace's side that I remember.
Yeah.
Still her friend.
So, like I mentioned, she seemingly didn't care too much, which is literally the only reason we didn't give him too much shit for it. We'd still call him out on the fact that you're dating a freshman, but that's about as much as we could do because she wasn't saying that like he was doing anything wrong. And in fact,
I mean, he would get pretty sexual with her, though.
yeah, that's like the one thing that made me uncomfortable, especially because she'd do stuff like sit on our laps too.
Yeah.
I don't even know why she did that. Like, she just did.
I remember that because I used to hang out with her, with Ted, and with John Lutu, and it would get awkward.
Like, there was one day she just sat on my lap, and all I could think was like, why is this happening? Luckily, she wouldn't have. She literally didn't feel anything because since she was sitting on my lap, all she could feel was the fat of my thighs.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but all I could think is that was a very awkward day, and she did that to me and John Tomasino quite often. It was weird. It probably the reason why it happened so often is because we were the only ones who weren't playing Smash half the time. So we'd actually talk to her and stuff like that. I don't know. I honestly think she was just doing it because she kind of wanted to prove herself as like one of the boys who wouldn't be trouble and all that. Thinking she had to do that when in reality half of us were very uncomfortable about all of it. Because I know I was very uncomfortable about it. I didn't like it. Granted, I don't really like when people touch me in general, but like it felt weird, especially since her boyfriend was basically close by.
Yeah.
Like, do you have that's my guesstimate, but do you actually have a reasoning as to why she did that stuff?
No, I don't, because, she wouldn't really do that around me, like, when we would hang out with, like, the girls. Like, because we would hang out with girls, too, like, and Faith, and all these other girls. But we did have a guy in that group, Jacob Washington, but she wouldn't do that with him. So I don't know why she would do that with you guys.
Like I mentioned, I think it's probably because she thought since that she was around a bunch of boys that she had to prove herself as one of the boys and shit like that.
Probably.
The last memorable thing about Grace is near the end of my time in high school there, she borrowed like a few bucks for like something when I was heading out to like Safeway, and I kind of wanted that money back, but I just gave up on it after like a week because I realized I wasn't getting that money back.
Oh, me when I let people borrow money. Right.
No, the reason it was because when I say close to the end of my time in high school, I mean I'm pretty sure it was on like the last week.
Oh no, like the week of the senior activities and stuff?
It was either that or the week before, finals week. Because I was heading out to that direction because I was trying to celebrate. Which is basically the only reason why I know that it was like damn near the end of the whole school year.
Yeah.
Huh?
You have an admirer.
There's nothing that matter about me, kid. Trust me. I'm an art student at 24. I am basically a failure at life.
Also, I'm not the father.
Oh, me being a college dropout and not being able to do anything online without getting really mad.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I do work with a lot of right-wing people. I don't like it, but I suck it up because it's a job. Why the fuck should we deal with that when I'm trying to focus on doing my job?
Yeah. That's like...
Unironically, though, I have heard racist comments about Latinos right to my face thanks to one of my coworkers who, is really old being fairly racist. The other two coworkers that I know are pretty racist, thanks to another coworker of mine, have enough tact to not say the shit in front of me.
I know, the people I know, like, because I think I know that you work at a grocery outlet, right, at downtown?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Diana, the crazy lady with the blonde hair?
That's
that,
you.
Talks a million miles per hour to, like, everybody and is, like, really, like, tries to get personal with everybody.
Diane?
I think her name is Deanna, actually, not Diane. Deanna.
Oh, Deanna, yeah. She's a bagger. I'm also a bagger. So yeah, she's a coworker of mine.
She's known me forever. Like, she knew me, like, since I was very little, but she knows I have a baby now because my foster mom always goes in there. And she's always telling everybody everything about me. And so whenever I go in there, they're always expecting to see her, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's common to know people in this area. Like, one of my managers who's currently away because of, I don't remember what it was, like, apparently grew up knowing my dad. And not in, like, they're the same age kind of way. I mean, her dad and my dad were friends, so she knows him, like, since she was a child.
Oh, yeah, that's awkward. One thing I will tell you, if you ever plan on having kids,
Probably not.
they'll pull your hair out and make themselves throw up. Because that's what this one does all the time.
I have enough issues with my baby sister. I'm not about to have a kid.
Oh, you have a baby sister? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's 5.
Oh.
Which, if you track enough, you realize she was born when I was 18.
Yeah.
Like, she was born after I graduated. She was born in July.
Oh. That's awkward.
Not really. My mom had me as a teenager. So Michaela was born basically right around the time she was about to hit menopause and stuff like that.
That's funny. Not in the sense of that being funny, but because my dad, his mom was 19 when he was born, and then 19 years later, my aunt was born and her name's Kayla.
Yeah. My mom was 17 when she had me, so not as same year type thing, but
My mom was 36. No, she wasn't. She was 37. Was she? No. Yes.
I don't know.
Fuck. She was 36. She was 36.
My mom was 29 when she had me.
Basically born before the cutoff at a point where, like, if you have a kid after menopause, there's a decent chance that they might be born with, like, illnesses and stuff like that. So she's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Although it's a heavy chance that she might have, like, a developmental disorder like me and Kevin did.
Yeah.
Because if two out of 3 kids have autism, what makes you think that the 4th one, who's really hyper and constantly running around, like, shouting and not wanting to talk in sentences, probably doesn't have a developmental disorder.
You know what she might have just from the sound of that is ADHD and autism, because that's very common.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I suspect it too. I just don't say it because I'm not a professional. I'm not about to diagnose somebody.
Right.
But I wouldn't be shocked if it happened later on in her school time.
And get into the nursing field, because that's what I've been trying to do since high school. But then, like, I couldn't, because everything decided to go online because of COVID. And I can't do online. Like, I wasn't even able to do it in Goodwin, so it makes you think I'll be able to do it as an adult. Like,
Yeah, no, I feel that. During COVID, I even took a semester off on the basis that I couldn't focus on online. I was falling asleep at all times. I spent all my time in online classes on my phone.
for me, that wasn't even the problem. The problem was that I, like, literally can't. Like, remember how much you know, like everybody to get my assignments done that were online because I can't do online. Like I've never been able to. It's always been a huge struggle of mine.
Yeah, that checks out. There's a reason why like all the colleges have like a disorder like center.
Yeah, well, it was also like at the time I had gone into like not adult foster care, but like an aftercare program for foster youth, and they placed me with the worst roommate I've ever had. Like she wouldn't let me use the Wi-Fi. She wouldn't let me do anything. Like she would make me take care of her dog. She would like abuse me, and the staff wouldn't even do shit about it. So like I left. Like I was like, fuck this.
Damn.
Yeah, like life got shit after high school. Like, I thought I'd be successful and stuff, but I have not been in the least amount.
Yeah, you thought you'd live in Florida.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. I was always much more realistic about my life prospects. I was never the best student. Mostly I kind of just coasted on my ability to like think real hard about shit. So I kind of knew for a fact that like there was like two options for me: chasing passion or chasing money. I tried money, went 4 years on it, absolutely fucking hated it after a while, and decided to start chasing passion, which is why I'm an art student now.
That's why I decided to just start working, like, because I realized I'm not cut out to be online, like, so like I just started working and I now have 2 jobs.
I'll say this, if you ever want to go back to school, right now would be a good time on the basis that community colleges are free until 2028.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say, is that that's why we've been trying to like find childcare so that way I can go back to school. And I was probably going to go to Kenyatta because they have nursing programs from what it looks like when I was Googling it.
Kenyatta has a lot of things. Like, honestly kind of impressive for a school that's barely over 50 years old.
Right.
But yeah, life is always like this.
Yeah.
You think that you're like gonna like be on top, and then you learn the cold, harsh reality. The people on top are on top for a reason, and half the time it's money.
Yeah, like how I thought I wouldn't have kids because I was told I couldn't get pregnant. Well, that was a lie.
Nah, I'm personally very much okay not having kids till like way later. I've seen the issues of having kids too early, and not just that. I am in no way like stable enough or anything. Like,
Yeah, no shit.
I'm essentially making slightly above minimum wage, and like I mentioned, I'm an art student. That's not impressive. Along with that, I never even had a relationship, so I'm not about to like rush into having a kid.
Yeah, no, don't. Because I only had relationships like in high school, and like I wouldn't like do anything. And then
sounds like Kevin's relationship.
My first actual like adult relationship, and then a freaking kid happens, and I'm like, oh, that's stupid.
Yeah. As it is, like it doesn't help that I'm like fairly certain that like I'm either aromantic or demi-romantic, if you know what that means.
I don't know what demi-romantic means, but I know what aromantic is.
Essentially, I think I've only ever been able to feel like romantic relations to like people who I'm already really close to.
That's fair.
Like, it's either that or I'm just like on the aromantic spectrum where like I barely feel romantic relationships. Because that's about it. I don't really feel like a need to pursue romance or anything like that. I'd be perfectly happy having someone to spend like my time with and just essentially die with, but I'm not like you know how like a lot of shows and TV like constantly like tell you like you're not complete until you find a relationship. I don't think that's real.
No, that's not true.
I'm perfectly fine with myself as is.
Yeah.
You know, my only real hope is to be in a better position.
I think, like, as long as you know yourself, that's just what makes it the most important, is if you know yourself and know what your wants and needs are, then you can worry about a relationship.
Yeah.
But until then, you shouldn't really be worrying about one, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I brought it up throughout the entirety of high school. I wasn't ready for a relationship because I just didn't like myself. And now that I'm much more okay with myself, I realize I don't feel the need to find one. Like, it'll be good if it comes up, but that's about it.
Yeah. That makes sense. How's your brother Kevin?
Kevin works night shifts at the same store.
Oh, nice.
You'd think. He started there first.
Oh, yeah?
Stop dying.
I mean, he likes it because he doesn't have to interact with people, and he can, like, spend his entire shift listening to videos or music. But at the end of the day, it's fucked up his sleep schedule hard.
Yeah, I bet. I can only imagine.
He's on this channel too, but, like, he doesn't show up as often as I do. Granted, I haven't been showing up recently either.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
Like, I've technically been busier.
Yeah, like, I got a job at UPS, like, in the customer service part, so, like, you know, the packaging and all that.
I feel bad for you.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say it. It gets shit. Like, it gets hard. Like, those fucking boxes be, like, 40 pounds, and it's not even me loading the truck or anything. It's just me scanning the packages, putting them in the system, like, ugh. Like, it's hard.
You,
It's a lot harder than my other job that I have, which is caretaking. And it's because I don't lift my clients that I take care of. Like, her mom lifts her, but I feed her, I do other things. But I don't lift her because I can't. Like, it's not that I'm not strong enough to, it's that she can't bend, so I can't lift her.
Damn.
So, yeah. But I get paid more money to do that than I get at UPS. But at UPS I work more because it's easier and closer to my house. Like, in that sense.
Yeah.
But I get less money.
As a bagger, I have some stories of, like, really shitty, like, customers, but outside of that, my job's been pretty easy. Especially because my last two jobs were at movie theaters.
Oh yeah, computers are fun though.
No, unfortunately, both interacting with people.
Oh.
All of my jobs have recently, I've noticed, have had something to do with people, and I don't know why. Ugh. Technically,
People person at heart without even realizing it.
no, I think it might be just, like, the jobs that were available, the easiest ones were involved the most amount of people.
Yeah.
Like, bagger and, like, I have to bag stuff and deal with customers almost running me over, trying to, like, return carts and shit like that. At my last job as a food runner, I had to constantly, like, deliver food to people. Granted, my job was basically replaced by the robot after a while. And, for the job before that, which was my first job, box office employee basically meant I was just... that was, like, the one job I've had that actually interacted with a computer. And that's because I was selling tickets.
Yeah. You know what, I remember that. I would go to the movies and see you working there.
Yeah, my last job was at a different movie theater, though. Because I got fired during COVID.
Ow.
In fact, I got fired during a mass firing. Everyone but the general manager lost their job.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but that's funny.
Well, we did at least get a last paycheck, so you knew that they were at the very least, you know, honest about it all.
Yeah. You know what's hilarious is I've been working working at UPS since January 26th and I have not gotten a paycheck yet.
That's worrisome.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, no, wait, January 26th?
Yeah.
No, it has been 3 weeks. Never mind. That's normal.
Yeah. Because we get paid on the 5th and 20th there, apparently, so hopefully I'll have my first one tomorrow.
Maybe.
No.
Usually, in like a job situation for your first paycheck, they wait they wait like 3 weeks to give you a first paycheck. It's happened at all my jobs.
Tomorrow or this coming up week at some point.
I think the reasoning is.
February 26th, it'll be a month, so that's 4 weeks. So.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know. We'll see.
Anyways.
Yeah, I just getting beat up by the baby while my partner blasts music for no reason.
There's always a reason to blast music.
Yeah, so they can't hear anything. Because they're like, oh, I want to be involved in the call. And then they fucking walked out and blasted music. So it's like, okay, fuck you to them.
No, my reasoning for blasting music is usually so I can focus on reading.
For me, it's usually to tune out people and noises. Like when I have my headphones on, I'll just blast it.
No, I can't afford to do that. My parent, my mom specifically, like, constantly calls us for shit. So if I ignore her, she gets real mad.
Oof. Yeah. Well, I guess that's the joys of having your own apartment, is that you can just blast your own music.
Yeah. I live in a room with my brother, so even when I'm listening to music, I have to like put on headphones, or else he gets real pissy about it.
He sounds right. I remember your brother too, but I don't think he remembers me either.
I wouldn't put it past Kevin to deliberately forget people. He doesn't like people at all. Like he has friends, but outside of that, the guy's basically a misanthrope. Really?
Yeah. I'm dying.
I wish my headphones were charged because then I could not have to hear this bullshit music because I don't want to hear it.
I think we've heard enough.
But
Where by wired.
yeah, but the problem with that is that like that sucks because then especially with the baby because they go for the fucking wire. So they'll break it. So I just need to be charging my AirPods and headphones more, so that way I don't have to work.
Your best bet's just constantly having them charging when you're not using them.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know.
Alright.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Shit, my phone. There we go. That drained a lot of battery.
That checks out.
So, do you remember?
Like I mentioned, vaguely, I definitely remember the voice, and the actions she described definitely, like, bring to mind, essentially, the vague shape of a person that I should remember, but I don't remember her name still.
It's Jacqueline.
Yeah. But I definitely remember her more than I did when we tried that yearbook test.
Yeah, yeah. Well, do you remember anyone else that was mentioned, or no?
I clearly talked about Ted and Grace quite thoroughly.
But everyone else?
John Lutu, like, I still remember him, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I brought up John Tomasino myself, so we can't bring that guy up.
Yeah.
I think, I feel like Yolanda is the name of...
Yolanda?
Not Yolanda. What was it? It was the Y name.
Yadel.
Yadel, yeah. I feel like, I'm pretty sure she was part of the SAT class, too.
She was.
Yeah, that name is kind of too unique to forget.
Yeah.
Well, not to forget, but to, like, not sound kind of like, oh, wait, you've heard this name somewhere.
Yeah.
Who else is mentioned?
Faith. I don't know if you ever met them. They were in my class.
Unless they were in SAC, I don't know.
Nope. Because, like, my freshman year, her and Yadel were, like, the only females in that SAT class. And that was the 7th period one.
I think I know Fifth, but I highly doubt it's the same Fifth.
Probably not. I was gonna say, they were in the DAA, but that's a fucking lie. They weren't. Anyway, what a good place to end the episode.
Yep.
Like and subscribe. I don't fucking know.